the auger to the mash tun. And it goes into the mash tun at the hydrator. This is the hydrator, where it meets with water, right here. It falls into the mash tun. This is there's our mash in there. Can't see it very well, but hey, ooh, pretty. The mash tun is consistent of two tanks and one vessel. The upper portion is the mash tun, the lower portion is just to heat water with. Alright, at this point we are adding water to the mash tun while running off through this transfer, gravity feeding into the kettle, essentially diluting the concentrated wort coming out of the mash tun. The hot water is coming from the hot liquor tank. This is known as sparging. Alright, after the sparge is over, we end up emptying all the water out of the mash tun, and we can see the grain bed that's left behind. And notice the valve on the runoff line is shut, and we are boiling. During the boil, we add hops, which is the third ingredient. Adds bitterness, aroma. It's also got preservative qualities. We boil for an hour typically. Some of the more heavy beers we boil for 90 minutes, sometimes 75 minutes. This particular one is Mountain Light, so it's an hour. Alright, we're looking at the kettle now, and we're looking at the whirlpool. The whirlpool is to centripetate solids like protein and hops after the boil, so that they're in a nice little pile right in the bottom after we'll let it settle for about 30 minutes after we get done whirlpooling. It'll keep, since we draw off the side, it'll keep stuff from going into the pump. And we will whirlpool between 5 and 10 minutes before the pump runs dry due to the vortex in the kettle. Alright, at this point we're done boiling, the whirlpool is over, and we've rested for a half hour, and we are now pumping this stuff out of the kettle through this heat exchanger, which is a counterflow chiller. There's two channels, actually three, two for cooling agents, one water, one glycol, and one that flows against the flow of those on the opposite side of a plate. And then it moves through this pipe. All this is, at this point, this is called wort. It's not beer yet, it's not fermented yet. It runs through the pipe back behind the fermenters, and then right here into the fermenter. So we're gonna shut this valve and open this guy. Now it's going into the fermenter. So we're filling the fermenter, which has been cleaned with several types of chemicals. We've already pitched yeast yesterday. This is the second half. Look at a 15-barrel system with 30-barrel fermenter here. So we're doing the second half today. And as you can see, there's the side glass, beer moving through. We would normally oxygenate, but we won't today, because we've already got activity. you can see, this isn't just activity from fermentation. We just started filling the second half, so yeah.